It's spooky time. Hi, my spookies. I've returned from my long vacation. And believe me, it was much needed. I had a great time there with my sister, but of course, I missed you all. Today, I'm going to discuss with my daughter, she'll be in a few, about all the things that happened here while I was gone. And believe me, they had quite a few experiences. I did do a live while I was out there regarding this. He chimed in, but I'm going to go over it for any of you that might have missed it because it was very interesting to hear of all the things that happened here at the house while I was gone. Now, while I was over there, um, things were very quiet the first couple of nights since I was sleeping on the sofa bed. So I had all the living room to myself because I'm assuming that now, since my sister's granddaughter is staying in the room that I normally sleep in, the ghost doesn't have any place to go. So I guess he figured his place was in the living room. But since I was there, he had no peace. He was like saying, "Get out of here. This is my place." Because at night, I would hear like my suitcase was rolling back and forth. I'm assuming he was probably telling me, "It's time for you to go." So that went on a couple of nights. Another time, we were in the living room, my sister and I, and my brother-in-law, I think, was in the bedroom, and we heard a loud crash. And this was in the morning. They had come back from breakfast and dropping off her granddaughter to school. So we're talking, and we could never figure out what was it that fell. And I kept telling them, "Don't even bother to look because you're never going to find it." I never find them when that happens. And we looked all over the house, and nothing was disturbed. Other than that, it was very quiet. But now my daughter is here, and we're going to go ahead and discuss what happened while I was gone. And this is my beautiful girl, Mercy.
Hello.
So tell me what happened while I was gone.
I guess the biggest thing that happened was it was one night, it was just me and my little here, and she was already asleep. It was about 2 in the morning. I was up watching TV, and from my mom's room, I heard her clear her throat. My mom's not here, so I don't know what cleared her throat or cleared its throat. That sounded just like my mom. I didn't bother to check. I just packed up everything, turned off the TV, and went to sleep. Another thing that happened, my son said that he was asleep in his room. This was about 5 in the morning. He said he felt a hand kind of like caress his calf, but he said that like the texture of the hand felt like an old person's hand. He could feel the wrinkles. He was so terrified that he went to go sleep on the couch. And then when I woke up, he ended up just sleeping the rest of it off in my room. Okay, so then another thing was my son was in his room, which is right back here. My husband, my little, and I were all in the kitchen. My little and my husband were talking, and I was cooking dinner when all of a sudden I heard music coming from the living room. And I didn't, at first I thought it was my phone playing in my pocket. I checked my phone, it wasn't. I went to the living room, and the song that I dedicated to my niece when she passed away was blasting in the living room. I went onto the Alexa app to see if anything triggered her to play that. There was nothing. She just randomly played it. I have no idea why that song. I have no idea, and it was so loud. So I don't know what triggered that. So I know my mom has made videos before saying that the ghost here taunts Marshmallow. However, while she was gone, the ghost actually played with Marshmallow. Marshmallow was actually playing as if a ghost or spirit, whatever, was trying to like chase her. Marshmallow would run around and play with it. One other weird thing was my little and I again were home alone. We were in my room getting ready for bed, and she was on her iPad watching some videos. And I was watching TV in the room, and all of a sudden everything cut out and it said there was no more internet. I checked on my phone and it said we were still connected and that the signal was excellent, but that there was no connection, which didn't make sense because it wasn't rainy and it wasn't windy for there to be an outage. The bill was already paid, so there was no way that it was disconnected. I even checked on the website and they said that there was no outages in my area. When I went to go check the box, it was blue, which means the internet should be up and running, everything should be great. However, it was not giving any signal. So I had to disconnect it and then reconnect it, and then everything worked fine. But I have no idea why it lost power, but said everything was powered up and good to go.
Crazy. Well, like I always say, things always continue to happen. If you guys have any questions, drop them down, DM me. I'll do my best to answer every one of them. And again, always, if you guys have any interesting stories that you would like for me to read out to our audience, that's always great. So I'm gonna say this is your paranormal grandma, your favorite grandma, signing off. Until next time, and we'll see you soon. Bye.